My name is Kerwin Allen, and this is a story about the day that I met Jesus Christ in person. My testimony. A lot of stuff has been skipped out of it. I got it all the way up to the point because the video was like an hour and a half long. This segment is about 33 minutes long. You know, the main parts. If you want the rest of it, just reach out to me and I'll send it to you. Honest to God, authentic, true story. Enjoy. Hope you enjoy.
And I was like, he had a dryer in the corner of that room. Now, if he did find out I had it, it would have been like, hey, fool, hey, don't be peeing dirty now. Hey, you better watch your tail. Let me hit some of that. You know what I'm saying? No, I won't, whatever. You know what I'm saying? Because both of us, you know what I'm saying? But anyway, so it wasn't like disrespectful in any kind of way, y'all. Just for their household. So, I'm trying to break up this hard weed, and I'm leaning like on my elbows and standing up, and I got my phone playing Praise Invasion. You know what I'm saying? And that same Jesus song. And I'm trying to break the weed up, And you know how like you get lightheaded and the like everything looks kind of bright? Like, you know what I mean? Like anybody out there? It was like that. You know what I'm saying? But it was like the surrealness was still there and very intense. And I'm singing this song, right? This Praise Invasion song. And now, before this night, I did not know nothing about being baptized in the Holy Spirit. Nothing at all. I didn't know that if you get baptized in like the water, you saved or whatever like that. I didn't know nothing about that. Nobody taught me this stuff. So look, now everything was kind of bright, but I'm like, nah, everything I'm finna tell y'all was in my head. I thought about it. I was thinking this stuff. And like I said, I was like leaning down on my elbows, breaking up the weed, my phone right there, playing the song on Praise Invasion, and like I'm like singing along with the song with my mouth, but in my mind, I'm like looking up at the wall right there, kind of glancing from the peripheral vision, and it's like the room is getting bright, slowly, like real subtle. Like if you really stopped and just looked at it, I couldn't like just tell the difference coming, but I knew it was coming. And then like I got to go back to like, doing what I was doing and like it's coming and it'll catch my attention again and I kind of look up at the wall, but I'm still singing along, switch the song, still trying to break up the weed and whatever. And it's at this whole time this happening, it's coming. Brighter and brighter. To a point to where I stand up, y'all. And when I stand up, I'm like facing the room, right? The corner of the room. I'm like looking in the corner. And this is exactly what I thought to myself. I said, where's this light coming from? Then the next thing I thought to myself was, am I about to pass out? Because, you get dizzy or something, everything look bright. But I wasn't feeling dizzy or nothing like that, right? And I was like thinking to myself, what is this? And I turned around. Like, what is this? And when I turned around, I faced the room. Now, at the time, I didn't realize there was no shadows in the room. Like, like behind your TV, your light on, you see the shadow back there or something. Like, your dresser, the light to the right of the dresser casts a shadow to the wall, to the left side of the dresser. Shadows like that. But it's lit in the room, the lights are on. And I'm looking, and I said, I'm thinking to myself, where is this light coming from? And I looked up at the light, like in the ceiling, with the shade on it, and it was like, like a little dirty, like one of those light fixtures that need to be wiped out or whatever. And then I looked at the light in the ceiling, and I looked at the light and the walls, and it was a profound difference. This light that I was seeing on the walls was gorgeous, but I wasn't seeing it being gorgeous at the time. And I rubbed my eyes. And I was like, man, what's going on? And I put my hands up to my eyes and I started rubbing my eyes. And let me tell y'all something. When my hands came down, because I rubbed my eyes, like, okay, maybe, rub my eyes. And when I brought my hands down, the creator of the universe was standing 5 feet away from me.
Via the prosecution. The second coming, you better get it right. The second coming, you better fall in line. The Alpha Omega, he's coming. The Alpha Omega, he's coming.
Man, when I tell you, I knew exactly who he was. 5 feet away from me, and he had his hands crossed in front of him. He was like kind of leaning back on like his back leg, like a kickstand, like you kind of just leaning back. And his front knee, you know what I'm saying, kind of was bouncy. And I can see his cloak going down, and I can see the tip of his toes. And he had his hands crossed, like his right hand was like over like his, you know what I'm saying, his left hand, you know what I'm saying, like crossed in front of him. And he was, when my hands came down off of my face, and I opened my eyes, my eyelid pupils was on his eye pupils. And I'm talking about, like, he wasn't smiling, but it wasn't a mean energy or nothing. Now, I have to say this to you. He was brighter than the sun in the sky. He was bright as the sun. Literally, the SUN in the sky. He was as bright as that ball of fire in the sky. But I could not take my eyes off of him. Like, imagine being 5 feet away from the sun that the earth is rotating around. You know what I mean? It will it will be too bright. You have to close your eyes, like, you know what I'm saying? Imagine if you close your eyes and even put your hand over your face, it'll still be too bright for you. That bright. Even bright, like, yes. But I could not take my eyes off of him. And let me tell y'all what happened. As soon as I brought my hands down, I knew exactly who he was, like I said. So this is how it was going to play out. You know what I'm saying? Because it was a reaction. And I seen it. Jesus, that's exactly how fast I was going to say it. Hands in my eyes, rub my eyes, when I brought it down, I look, Jesus, that's how I was going to say it that fast. And before my mind can register Jesus to go down to my lips to say Jesus, he cut me off before the zus out of Jesus in my mind can finish to resonate to my lips to say Jesus. He cut me off in my mind, and he said, yeah, I'm real. But he didn't say it mean, but he said it firm. Like his yeses or his yeses, and his no's or his no's. Yes, he said it to me. Yeah, I'm real. That's what he said to me. And he said it, his mouth didn't move. Yep, and he had a swagger to him. He was like a swagger. He was like a modern swagger. He said, yeah, I'm real. And let me tell y'all something. I didn't bow. Like, you know, he said, every knee gonna bow and every mouth gonna confess. Like, you know, you see him and, you know, you see the, you know what I'm saying, like an ancient Chinaman see they, you know what I'm saying, emperor or whatever, you know, and bow, you know what I'm saying, you know, it wasn't like that. No. My body, my flesh bowed to him. I'm talking about, like, knees on the floor, my shoulders flat on the ground, my face smashed against the floor in the presence of the Alpha and Omega. I was in the presence of the creator of the universe, ladies and gentlemen. I never forget this. Man. So, my flesh bowed in his presence. And as I bowed, I felt the atmosphere. Like, you know, like you like the sun rays might be coming through your bedroom window, and then like, but if you move like the curtain out the way or something, and in the sun rays you can see the little like dust particles in there. You know what I mean? But you know, when you're not looking there, you can't see them. I felt every dust particle bow to him. I felt the atmosphere bow to him. I'm talking about the paint on the walls, the wood that made the house. It all bowed to him. Not like literally. Everything was submissive in his presence. That's the best way I can describe it. And now what I'm telling you about, like how I felt all this stuff, came instantly. I had connection. Instantly connection to everything. And when I say everything, I mean everything. I felt the roaches in the walls praising him. I felt every strand of grass outside of the house bowing and praising him, tree and everything. And as I my face down on the floor, now at the time I'm feeling it intensely. Intense. But I wasn't even thinking about that at the time. It did not cross my mind. Because the thing that was on my mind, the thing that was on my mind was conviction. And I'm talking about conviction so strong, it'll kill you. It will kill a human being, the conviction that I had. Do you hear me? That's the best way I can describe it. I felt so bad for every sin that I had committed. I'm talking about, like, I slap my grandmama and take her purse and run off. Like, dude, that is an understatement. There's no words to describe how bad I felt for every one of sins that I committed, from masturbating to every cuss. I'm talking about every last one cussing word, everything I did, everything came to me at once. And baby, when I tell you that when the Holy Spirit is present, ain't nothing hid. Whoa. You better believe it. You better believe it. Now, I was crying like a baby. And the reason why I had this conviction was because the love that I was feeling, I was engulfed in. The best way I can describe this, like going back to when I said he was brighter than the sun in the sky. And I said, imagine standing 5 feet away from the sun in the sky. Now, to all y'all out there that know these kind of things, man, the sun has an atmosphere, our sun, S-U-N. And the atmosphere of the sun is 27 million degrees. 27 million degrees is the atmosphere of our sun. The earth is 92.93 million miles away from the sun, and look how hot it still get with the ozone. Like, imagine that heat, like 5 feet away from that thing in the sky, it's gonna disintegrate you. You couldn't even get that close to it. Into nothing. Nothing. It's the power of that heat. It was the same power of the heat that's coming off the S-U-N, but it was love. It wasn't heat. It was love. Look, when I tell you it was that intense, there's no other way to describe it. Baby, let me tell you something. The love that I felt that he had for me was like I felt like the only person he ever created. Ever. Dude, one more example, it's like the love that man radiates for me. I'm gonna speak for me. The love he has for me it'll kill you. Like, dude, it is power. It is not powerful. It doesn't have a lot of power. It is power. It is the source of all power in the universe. The source. Wow. Now, as I'm on the ground, and I'm sorry for this, Lord. I'm sorry for that, Lord. Please forgive me for this. And I'm genuinely sorry, Lord, please. And I'm not scared. I'm not thinking about going to hell. I genuinely felt bad. Lord, please, I'm so sorry. Boom, boom, boom. And this is the first time I ever felt this in my life. Like, my head was down, you know what I'm saying? And like, my head was facing him, right? In the bow position, like down. Like in a fetal position, like. And you know, and I didn't feel worthy to even bring my face up off that dirty floor, baby. This is the first time I felt this. Through that connection I told you I felt him start taking steps toward me. He took about 4 steps that coming up to me. You know what I mean? And I felt him reach down and he put both his hands on my shoulders to lift me up. And when his hands touched my shoulders, man, this is another thing that I cannot describe in human words in no language on earth since the beginning of humanity. There's no way, no human language can put the words together to describe the feeling that I felt. And it was, like I said, like how intense that love was that I was already feeling. When I felt his hands touch me on the shoulders, it blew that out the water. Oh, he was still there too. It was the same feeling, but it blew that feeling out of the water. It went like electricity through my body. And I know he probably looking at me like, boy, that boy say electricity, but I can keep, you know what I'm saying? You know, boy, that it was weak compared to him. I know it. But baby, it's no way that the human mind can fathom